What's fascia? Well, fascia is the most abundant connective tissue in your body. Okay? It enwraps, it connects, it supports all structures in the human body, right? So your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, your joints, all of your internal organs, all the way down to a cellular level, is enwrapped in this casing, this lovely elastic, hydrated, adaptable, supportive connective tissue. Rolfers specialize in working with fascia. And it is fascia to which we call the organ of support, right? You have muscles, you have bones, you have ligaments and tendons, yes, but it's essentially the fascia which is the deciding tissue of where you're going to be in space, right? So let's say I'm kind of moving like this right now, right? What's happening? My joints are free, my muscles are firing and releasing, but it's the fascia as a whole, like a body glove, which is actually doing the movement. It's working as a whole. I'm not isolating so much a body part, but it's the whole unit is pulling and releasing and rotating, right? So I feel like I'm in this body glove of fascia, which is alive and vibrant and working. What happens when we get injured? What happens when we take a fall? When we get into poor postures, working at a computer all day long? The body starts to get out of alignment. And in doing so, the fascia can become really unhealthy, meaning that it can get shortened, it can become dehydrated, it can start to build up layers of adhesions or scar tissue, right? And in such a way that we no longer have that freedom and adaptability and choices of movement that we might have had when we were younger, because we've had injuries or accidents or illnesses, and also developed patterns, unhealthy patterns of using our body, right? And it's essentially the connective tissue or fascia which is dictating or deciding where our body is going to be in space, right? And so Rolfers specialize in releasing and identifying and reestablishing order again in a body, right? Fascia is, in its simplest form, made of elastin, which is the tissue that gives that real elastic, stretchy quality, right? Collagen, right? Which is a form of protein which is produced throughout your entire body, which gives you that sense of support, for example, right? So the more collagen you have, right? Think of the sagging skin. We get collagen injections, right? To try to give lift again, right? Or establish tone. Well, if we have a lack of collagen, things start to sag, right? Which is part of our natural process as we age, obviously. And the third element is a fluid-like structure, a gel fluid-like structure, which is essentially water. It's a hydrated, watery, gelatinous foundation or matrix, if you will, to which collagen and elastin are present, right? Now, this is really important. If you are dehydrated, right? Well, that matrix of collagen and elastin, fascia, is going to have a really hard time staying lubricated and staying soft and functional if it's in a drier environment, right? It's going to become increasingly unhealthy. Not to mention the fact that if we are dehydrated, right, blood flow, detoxification, the transport of nutrients, the metabolic processes are going to be diminished and deficient. So fascia is the organ of support. Fascia is what connects everything to everything else in the body, right? Fascia also, it is said, has communication networks too, right? So there are many, many proprioceptive nerve endings throughout the fascial system. So they can actually communicate with one another, just like your nervous system, right? That's pretty cool. So in its simplest form, that's essentially what fascia is. I hope this video has helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.